Hello, beautiful people, and welcome and good morning. Welcome to ESPN College Game Day live from Knoxville, Tennessee. Because later on today, Tennessee Volunteers will take on the Georgia Bulldogs.
Can't look forward to seeing your team play on ABC coming up in noon. Kickoff just over a couple hours away. We appreciate your time, my friend. Thank you,
All
Coach.
right.
Thanks, Coach. Thank you. You know the one thing you didn't confess to? I've heard the
Yeah.
language
All
has
right.
gotten a
That's a
little more,
little
shall we
show.
say, salty in making his points. Okay, I like that. That's right. SEC all day, Wisconsin, Alabama, then Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, and LSU. Is he breaking any headsets? Not yet. Not yet. I haven't seen him. Could be just around the corner. Georgia in a couple of weeks, so maybe so. You know, we just said no man is an island, but it's certainly nice to be able to put a man on an island and lock up a receiver. One of the greatest cornerbacks of all time, Deion Sanders, once said, confidence is my natural odor. When you play defensive back, you can stink it up real fast. You know, if only we had someone on our set on our team who really understood the nuance and the long history of bringing out the best in the sweet.
Oh yeah, bring my hat with me.
Defensive back.
My headphones. Yeah.
In a couple of the marquee games on Saturday, you're going to see elite defensive backfields, big stars in the Texas A&M Notre Dame game, and also in the Florida LSU game. Now, the thing about Knoxville playing would be great for LSU. What is it that defensive backs need, what they need to do if they're going to be
How many practices do I need to make?
Three critical factors that we always look for.
Once you're making the off.
The first thing is you got to be able to play man to man. Second thing is you got to be able to play the ball in the deep part of the field. And the third thing is you got to be able to tackle. So let me show you each one of these things here as we have demonstrated. So we're going to look at this player right here, all right, who's playing man to man. We have a middle of the field safety. All right, so he's either going to play outside leverage or inside leverage. So that split, I would want him to play outside leverage, which he does. Whichever way the guy releases, I want him to offhand jam, which he does. Because the guy is inside, to use the middle of the field safety, you want to be low shoulder and outside, which he is. And he does a great job of swatting with the correct hand. Now, we have footwork here. It's critical in playing defensive back. If I get my feet wider than my shoulders, I'm always going to have to step inside myself to take the next step, which means 3 steps to go nowhere, which this is a great example of really good footwork. Feet are always underneath. Again, you see the hot swat and hook, which is very, very good. Here we want to show you playing the ball in the deep part of the field. So, great job of staying square here and good footwork again, staying in front of the receiver so he has to release around me. So I can cut the hypotenuse on him and cut him off. Why isn't this guy looking for the ball? He's reading this guy's upfield shoulder. This is a back shoulder look to defensive back. So he's going to play the ball through the DB. Now he turns and plays it once he gets through the move area. Now it's not always cat coverage where you got this cat, you got this cat. Sometimes by formation and motion you have to change guys. This is good communication and push alert.
I was doing this to you too,
Now
but
you have to end up in the right body position. These guys
I'm
again,
really
they have
glad at
short
being down
splits.
there at the homecoming
Safety
game.
on top, outside
Let's see, I'll
technique.
be in the back.
They both end up there. They both utilize their help, and it's good swap and hook. So the last thing here we want to show is tackling. All these plays that we run in college football, this is a running play that has a slope, so it's an advantage throw. So the DBs have to do a good job of tackling. This is a great job of tackling near leg, near shoulder, where you have lower body strength. Tackling high is what we always wanted our DBs to do in the open field, and that's an excellent tackle and excellent finish by the Notre Dame player.
working the hypotenuse. Did you pass geometry? Did you
Oh, yeah.
Jim? Good.
And West Virginia, I might add.
Did that make it harder?
Yeah.
Those had a geometry in West Virginia? Is that harder?
Probably easier.
Time now for the best in the game. Brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line. It's not just Christian Gray who you saw making that tackle. Notre Dame has Leonard Moore on the other side, and Texas A&M has a corner they call the blanket. Will lead the third, so you've got some high-level defensive back play in this showdown tonight, among other things, and what ought to be a terrific game in South Bend.
Yeah, I think the two quarterbacks, too. Marcel Reed now has some new weapons to work with on the outside, led by Casey Concepcion, Mario Craver. Those guys are playing great for A&M. But I think I think C.J. Carr is a great story. He comes in with all the pressure of being the Notre Dame quarterback. First game he gets to play is Miami. Throws a pick in the fourth quarter. How did he respond? 7-9. 129 through the air, ran a touchdown in. I think he really grew up in the opening game. Now has 2 weeks of prep to get ready for the
Just
defense.
just
I think how he plays
rolling,
today.
rolling.
I think the key to this
You
game
gotta
is
keep rolling
going to
out.
be
You don't have to
Which
stop
one of
rolling.
these
That's the problem.
quarterbacks really takes the next step? You know, Marcel Reed is very athletic, can make plays. Notre Dame's got a very good defense, so he's going to get challenged. He does have better skill guys than he had a year ago. C.J. Carr, to me, they're going to have to let this kid play. Now, one of the things that I always loved about Lane and Sark when they were offensive coordinators, they put a quarterback in the game, they throw a pass the first play of the game, they let him throw the ball down the field. I think they got to let this kid go, and I think they got